What's going on, Mets fans? Ray here, and we are top five right now as the New York Mets are destroying the Arizona Diamondbacks 8-0 right now. You have long balls by Francisco Lindor, Starling Marte, Pete Alonso, Luis Angel Acuña blazing around the bases. Big hit, scoring from second base easily, stealing bags. This team is on an absolute roll. And the only player who hasn't gotten it going so far is our boy Juan Soto. Let's keep it a buck here. He's hit a couple balls hard, especially over this last couple weeks, as I have the game right here. So forgive me if I'm not looking directly at you. But that's where we're at right now. 8-0. Top five, excuse me, first and second. Peterson's on the mound. He doesn't look like he's got his A+ stuff tonight. He's given up a couple of hits, but man, this is exciting baseball. Citi Field is rocking. It doesn't get much better than this. I'm going to try to get to a game sometime next week. I wish they were home this weekend. Unfortunately, they're not home this weekend, so it's going to kind of suck a little bit because I really wanted to go this weekend. As Peterson gets the ground ball, diving play by Alonso, Fields fires it to second and gets the one out. I wonder if that was hit just too slow for Peterson to make the double play, but this team's firing all cylinders. Shout out to Tyron Taylor making an unbelievable full speed diving catch in left center field. You just saw Alonso pick it over at first base. Lindor made a couple great plays over at shortstop. This team is, dare I say, moving and grooving, as Clyde would like to say. I know the Knicks are on tonight. A lot of people are there. Dan's at the Knicks game covering the Knicks. I saw he was on the court earlier today. So he won't be joining us with this live stream today. We might have somebody else join us. But for right now, just you, me, and our New York Mets. As there's one out, top of the fifth. Peterson is at 73 pitches. It would be nice to see him get through 6, but he'll have to make quick work of these next two players in order to get through those, to get through the 6 innings that we're hoping that he gets through. But man, how good is it right now? Shout out to you, Lewis. Appreciate you checking in, my guy. Let's go, Mets. Citi Field must be on fire right now. You could see, look, during the week, it's never going to be bumping in the outfield all the way up top. That's just not going to happen. It's just not. And I could see it maybe during the weekend games, but that's most likely not going to be happening during the week. But there's definitely an air. The home field is working. I was a little worried about the Diamondbacks. They're a good team, but man, our lineup is swallowing these pitchers for breakfast these last couple of games. The New York Mets, wow. Not only 19 runs yesterday, 8 already today, and we're a little over halfway through the game, for crying out. Think about that. We are only halfway through this game, 8 runs. We're on pace to score 16 runs this game, 9 last game. I mean, it's just crazy. Absolute craziness, but I'm here for it. I'm loving it. I got the guys in my ear right here. As the D-backs look, dive by Juan Soto, and he drops the ball on the dive, but great attempt by Soto. The Diamondbacks are going to get a run there, as they're going to have second and third. They just scored 1, so it's 8-1 now, but great effort by Juan Soto. Hopefully he's not hurt. Let's see what's going on with him right now. It's the last thing we need right now. Ooh. Ooh, that's a tough break right there. Soto almost got to that ball. Hits his glove, and kind of the ball rolls like right under his glove. Damn. Hopefully he's able to just shake this off here. But shout out to our friends. Well, we got a second over at Foco. They just sent me this stick bobblehead that I haven't taken out of the box yet. What's going on, Jonathan? Hope you're all good, brother. Shout out to you. Looks like Soto's laughing it off. Looks like he's going to be okay. Mendy gets a little jogging. Some cleanup news that we got in here. Looks like AJ Minter might actually be done for the season. You're wondering why Brooks Raley jumped at the opportunity to join our New York Mets. It's probably because he's going to be thrusted right into this, back end of the bullpen. That could be a devastating blow for us, as Minter's been quite the reliever out of the pen for us, especially against lefties. I do not trust Danny Young as far as I could throw him, as Peterson's back on the mound. I don't know about you guys. I don't trust Danny Young whatsoever. Literally like zero. Let's see. All right, let's see if Peterson can get out of here with limited damage. Let's see, as we're about to go over live on Instagram. I always forget to add them and then I get in trouble afterwards. Hope everybody's having a great day. Today is a beautiful day outside. That's right, Angel. You said it best. Let's go, Mets. Let's go, Mets. I am beyond excited. Yeah, Jonathan, I did see that play. I was actually in the living room watching it live. What an incredible play by Taylor. It just shows you you can't undervalue deep. Oh, they got the runner at 30, broke for home out of the baseline, so he's out. How do you do that? How does that happen? You break for home. There's less than 2 outs. Right back to the pitcher. What a brutal play by the Diamond. Watch him. He breaks. Peterson gets the ground ball, does the right thing, fires it right over. The runner jumps out of the baseline. Vientos stood right in the baseline. Great job by Vientos here. Yeah, you can't deviate more than 3 feet. All right. So Peterson's working his way first and second as Carroll steps in. He's having, for a guy who's supposed to be a great player, he is living up to the freaking hype. 300 hitter, bunch of bombs. He is their big guy. I don't know how he's doing lefty lefty. I will say he doesn't have that great of an arm. As Peterson blows a sinker right by him down and in. How can you can't complain about this team at all, regardless of Juan Soto and his start here. You simply just can't. And we're going to get to around the league in a second. We got a sec. Hold on. Let me just add this in here. Copy that stream key. Yeah, they're getting on this guy for breaking right now. You just can't do it. Things like that cannot happen. You are down 7 runs. You would have second and third with 2 outs. Instead, you have first and second. Ground ball, easy play for Acuna. He's up, fires it to first, and the inning's over with limited damage. Peterson only gives up 1 run. So let's hope he can get through 6 here. We've used our bullpen a lot lately. Be great to see him go through 6. Glad to see, and look, I'll put it like this way. 1 like equals 1. I am glad the Mets DFA'd Jose Urena. Holy cow. Have you ever seen somebody so now you know why. A guy who everybody thinks has electric stuff gets stuck in the minor leagues. I assume he's going to clear waivers. Nobody's going to pick him up. But damn, was he awful. Was he awful. I don't want to see him again the rest of the season. I'm sure a lot of you guys are with me when I say that. A lot of you guys. And we have some other news we could talk to while we're in the break here. Supposedly, I saw a report today that SNY might be selling, and when you look at it, why not? Think out the time it is for them to sell. It should be right now. Because the Mets contract, I know they have a few years left, and I could look it up to see how long they have left in their current contract. Let's see. Mets SNY contract. See if it comes up. Did the Mets? Because who's going to buy the net? All right, so the SNY deal is believed to expire in 2030. So the Wilpons, who technically still own SNY, I believe that. Maybe I'm wrong. You guys could correct me in the chat, but I'm pretty sure the Wilpons still own SNY. And if that's the case, they should sell, because once it's up, without the New York Mets, they're nothing. So you say, Cohen, you know what? You get them a few years early. You get to start collecting TV revenue. Think about that. Steve Cohen loses all this money every single year. Let's look at, obviously, they're not going to get what the Dodgers get. But look at this. Ready? The LA Dodgers approximate television revenue, $334 million a year in television revenue. This is a significant amount, often exceeding the local TV revenue many other MLB's team, and a large market is largely due to their 25-year, $8.35 billion contract signed in 2023. Now, think about all the money that Steve Cohen is losing owning this team right now, and the kind of money that's going to be sitting on the table with the next TV contract. We might not get the Dodgers $330 million a year, but let's just say Cohen gets $200 million a year and puts that towards the team. That's less than what his loss is. So that's more money for the Mets to spend as Vientos flies it out to deep right. Carroll settles under it. That's it. Let's see. We got Klub. Shout out to you, brother. Hope all is well. Mets are killing it. Great to see the bats come to life. Yes, and you know what? My biggest fear was today, and I'm sure a lot of you guys feared it as well. It's Budo's getting ready to come in again. Hopefully, are they going to only have Peterson go 5? Maybe they're thinking 7-run lead. Budo can come in for long relief. But I was scared the bats were going to be left in DC. I know a lot of you guys felt the same way. It's almost like a lot of that happens. When Soto gets hot, the league's in trouble. Angel, I feel, you know what I agree with you, bro, but I will say this. I feel like I've been saying this for forever. I mean, today is what, the 29th? You got what, one more day left? I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Let's see. Maybe I'm wrong. You got one day left in April. It's time, Soto. Come on. And shout out to Steve Cohen. He could have gotten on him yesterday, but he chose to take the high route. And I appreciate that as an owner that's shelling out $125 million this year, right around there. And one thing I will say, and I was totally wrong. And yes, it's still early, but Acuna is hitting 309 right now. No home runs, but every time he gets on, look, 2 for 2, 2 singles, 2 runs, a stolen base. The guy makes it happen. He's electric in the field. I think the New York Mets feel very safe that he's going to be the future at second base, which is great because we've talked about it a million times as he's 1-2 in the lineup. A million times. You can't have every position making $25-30 million a year, and Acuna's under control for 5 more years. That's great. It's a 1-2 to Acuna, and he's battling. Maybe, just maybe, and it's very rare, but just maybe he's one of those players that just does better at the major league level. But Klub, I appreciate you checking in, brother. Hope it's all good with you and the family. Jonathan, yo, Ray, makes too much. Mets paid him $1.5 million. Who do they pay 1.5? MSG lost tons of money. SNY is probably bleeding the owner dry. Well, I'm pretty sure that was a big part of the deal. The Wilpons did not want to give up SNY. And shout out today, I'm drinking out of the souvenir cup that I got on opening day. Love this cup. Wife's not a big fan. Acuna, line drive up the middle of jumping play by the second baseman to rob him of a hit, but Acuna would have been 3 for 3 right there. Stephen B, I want the Wilpons out of everything. Unfortunately for us, Stephen, they own 5% of the Mets, and they're not going to give it up. They like me, and it's all Jeff Wilpon. Let's be real. Rose goes, nah, stop projecting. I didn't feel that way. All right. Let's hope this just keeps up. I feel like Alvarez is pulling off the ball like he did a little bit last year. His home run, I like to see that level swing. Maybe he's the kind of guy that's going to be I would like to see him choke up a little bit with 2 strikes and not swing for the fence. Almost take that Juan Soto approach as he goes down 0-2. Everybody knows the hole's down and away. They just threw high and up. He swings through 96, and you and I and everybody else knows that slider down and away is coming. And until he can consistently go the other way with that pitch, teams are going to continue to fire that ball in there. Let's see. We'll get to some of these scores around the league during the next half as, all right, he lays off down the way. Good to see that. Now he's going to get the slider. We all know it. Let's take a peek at some of these games that are in progress. I will say this. Everyone's like, oh, the Braves are on their way back, which, yes, they're playing well, but let's also be real. They're playing Colorado. Colorado, guys, think about this. Colorado is on pace to have a worse season than the White Sox last year. You have to try to do that. Think about that. You have to literally try to do that. That is insane. Absolutely insane. Were they 5-25? Alvarez battled back from 0-2. It's 3-2 now. Let's see if they give him the hook. Looks like they're going to be coming upstairs. Fastball, and he fouls it right back. He's right on it. Love to see that. Right on it. Right on it. Let's see. Alvarez still going to go 3-2. Hanger right down the middle and battles it off. Oof. I feel like he should have got that one. Should have got that one. Let's see. I'm looking to see if there's anything big happening here. Still 3-2 to Alvarez. Got a long at bat battling, and he fouls off another pitch. Yeah, he ain't cut. Alvarez talked about cutting down his swing with 2 strikes. He's still swinging from his shoes. And he strikes out. Yep. Let's see. Looks like Jose Budo's coming in. Yep, here he comes. So that means that Peterson's day is done. Solid start. I would like to see these Mets pitchers pushed a little. I understand you're up 7 runs, but you got to eventually stretch them out. You got to take away some of this pressure that's been put on the bullpen, don't you? All right. So while we're in break here, I want to get to some of the scores around the league. See if I got them pulled up here. Beautiful. So here we have it. Scores around the league. Let me put myself in the bottom corner if I can. There we go. Blow it up for you guys. So here we go. The big matchup everyone's paying attention to. The Phillies are up 3-2, bottom 7 right now. All right, 2 outs. The Yankees are crushing the Orioles. I believe Ben Rice has 2 home runs again tonight. Kansas City and Tampa, 2-1 there. The Cubbies are up 4-0 on the Pirates. If anything, we're a Pirates fan there because of the Cubs. Obviously, there's zeros, Texas and the A's. The Brewers are losing to the White Sox of all teams. Check that out. Obviously, we're White Sox fans in that matchup. Our New York Metsies are crushing the Diamondbacks 8-1. Boston over Toronto 7-2 as Toronto's in danger of falling 3 games under 500. Remember, they have a top 6 payroll, I believe. Just signed Vladdy and still can't win. Detroit 18-11, 1-0 over the Astros, looking to go 19-11. Look at that. The Rockies are battling the Braves. The Rockies are 4-24, battling the Braves right now. It'd be a miracle to see them win. Ozuna's got his OPS back up over 1,000. Something's very fishy when it comes to Ozuna. He was washed like 2 years ago as Budo throws one to the backstop first pitch. Oh boy, here we go. And we got a couple of matchups that haven't started yet and or are postponed. And you have the Marlins out in LA. And then the big matchup here is, let's not forget, the Padres Giants. So some of these teams in the West, we're going to start to see their records start to fluctuate and come back to earth. But I'm not going to lie, even up 7, Budo right now scares the hell out of me. Especially that first pitch, 93 to the backstop. 2-1. Yeah, the New York Mets starters have not allowed a single home run this year. But I want to thank you guys for hanging out. I love doing these lives. Love interacting with you guys in the chat. Obviously, you guys know who you guys are. Steven, Lewis, Coob, Goomba when he's here, Angel, you guys, Jonathan, appreciate you guys. A lot of the OGs are in the chat. Yeah, the New York Mets starters overall 2.27, a run better than everybody else practically. So David Peterson ends up going 5 runs. Let's take a peek at his stat line as Budo gets a K. Let's go. All right, feeling a little better. A K looking. I'm pulling up Peterson's final line right here. All right, let's see what we got here. So Peterson, 5 innings, 5 hits, 1 earned run, 2 Ks. Not his best outing, but he lowers his ERA to 3.06. I feel like every Mets pitcher is either in the 2s or the low 3s. So you got 5, 5, 1. How many walks did he have? 0 walks. So, yeah, and we saw it from the get-go. He did not have his A+ stuff today. It just is what it is. But he battled, which you gotta love to see. Jeremy Hefner's done an amazing job. Espudo gets a weak grounder back to him, runs it over to first base, flips it over to Alonso for the out. If the Yankees had 3 straight home runs to start the game, they're very interesting this year. I feel like they're very hot and very cold. Yeah, I know. What a disaster. I almost feel bad for the Orioles fans. I almost feel really bad for them. I mean, you get new owners, they have money, they got all this stuff going on for them, and their ownerships refuse to spend. You finally get an ace in a guy like Corbin Burns. You let him walk out the door, career long. Anthony Santander, him out the door. You have Mullins on a contract year. You don't extend him. I just don't understand it. Another side note today that we saw, Mania got moved to the 60-day IL, but I believe that's going to be retroactive to the start of the season. So I'm not terribly worried, but that's probably to make a roster spot. Budo, 2 strikeout. Who are we to say we're worried about Jose Budo, huh? Who said that? Lewis, was that you? Never a doubt, right? Right, fellas? Never a doubt. But again, like I said, I hope everybody's having an awesome day today. A lot of stuff going on over at Metcast. We have our Facebook page absolutely blowing up. Thanks to a lot of you guys. A lot of you guys interact with us over on Facebook and on Instagram. We're going to be doing some things with Mets Cove. I want to give you guys who are live here and listening to the replay here, Metcast and Mets Cove. James, who's been on the channel before, might be on later on tonight. I'm not totally sure. But if you're not following us over on Instagram, make sure to go follow us, the same at Metcast Pod. We are going to be doing a New York Mets ticket giveaway. It's in the 300s in the outfield, the first road to a Friday night game in June. Details will be disclosed shortly, probably tomorrow. All you got to do over there is be following us in Mets Cove and share it in your story. And I'm not sure if you have to tag somebody or not, but we're going to be doing that over there. We're trying to get back to the community that's been helping us out so much, enjoying interacting with all you guys over there. So it's over on Instagram. It's going to be an exclusive Instagram only giveaway. So I'm looking forward to that. And I might actually be going to that same game as well. So we'll be sure to meet up with whoever wins. I agree, Steven. Budo is definitely better. Same thing with Diaz. I never liked bringing Diaz in when there's guys on base. It never works out. Yeah, I was wrong, Lewis. Yo, that's funny, man. But I'm excited. A lot of big things happening. I want the Phillies to lose tonight. Washington, can you at least play them tough like you played us tough a couple games? Look at that. 2-3-4. We scored 4-3-2. Yeah, happy birthday to Gary. Another year as we got our boy Tyron Taylor stepping into the plate. Dan Bartels, Dan's watching the Met game and YouTube while he's like front row at the Knick game. Dan, I will say this, bro, and everybody in the chat will let you know you missed one hell of a game today so far. Crazy catches, defense all over the place. It just doesn't get better than that. It just doesn't. Let's see. What is the Knicks score? He's happy. Oh, close game. All right. So the Pistons are not rolling over. It's 50-49 at the half. That's why Dan's probably checking in right now. We got Pete with the home run, Starling Marte with the 2-run home run. You have Lindor with the 2-run home run. Luis Angel Acuna is 2 for 3, 3-line drives, a stolen base, 2-run score. Tyron Taylor diving catch in center field. Lindor picking it. Pete Alonso making diving plays at first base. So far, everything has gone the Mets' way. And I can't believe it's only the bottom 6. It feels like it should be way later as it's almost 9 o'clock at night. But Jose Azocar, even he's gotten in on the fun. He's got an RBI single today. He's hitting, 400 on the year, fighting to keep his roster spot as he takes the 1-0 outside. Hopefully he can get on base here. Oh, thanks everybody who's joining on Instagram. A lot of times I got to tell you guys right off the bat, great defensive inning. The reliever was so bad. Mets on top. That's right. A lot of if you guys want to join the chat, make sure to head on over to YouTube where you could join us live, and I'll be reviewing your chats right here. As Zokar drills a line drive to center. Ooh, I'll tell you one thing: the Mets have hit a lot of balls on the nose right at guys today. And here we go, Mr. Sunshine, and hopefully soon to be the captain of the New York Mets, coming up to the plate as he jacked the home run to left field. GWB, everything is going our way except Minter. Yeah, that's very unfortunate. Very unfortunate. It looks like he's going to be done for the year. But you know what? David Stearns always has something up his sleeve. And you see Brooks Raley sign with us. He was a very good reliever. Nothing crazy, but he'll be that second lefty independent. I'm fully confident if the Mets need to address that, they can address that at the deadline as Lindor takes inside 1-1. Who's that, Steven? Charlie Morton? He's going to be like 40. Oh, Lindor just missed another one. 97 right down Broadway. Orioles started. Oh, and I, I said 40. Oh, that was there. Think about Steven. Think about this, bro. They actually have Corbin Burns, and they let him as Lindor goes full here. They have Corbin Burns for crying out loud, and they let him walk in. Oh, don't worry, we're gonna bring in big boy Charlie Morton. Oh, the pain if I'm Orioles. That is such a Jeff Wilpon move. It's scary. As the full count to Lindor, the delivery pops one up. to the left side. Suarez moving over. He's going to grab that can of corn as it floats back into the field of play. Oh, man, Charlie Morton. Charlie Morton. Oh, bro. Anybody in here try to tell me different? That would be such a Wilpon move. I actually feel bad, and I'll tell you this. I went down a couple years ago. My friend was in college or just graduated from college. And I went down there and I stayed at his place. We went to the Orioles A's. It was during COVID. Beautiful stadium, Camden, but they didn't let you do much. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, there's a lot of Oriole fans were there. The team stunk, and I'm like, it really sucks because a lot of people around the ballpark are very nice people, passionate fans. They finally get an ownership group, and the ownership group gives them the fat middle finger in year one. See who else we got checking in. Duran, appreciate you checking in. Duran Rivera, let's go Mets. Let's effing go Mets. And I'm so excited to get this giveaway going on Instagram tomorrow. I had another giveaway lined up tonight, but then when I was approached with this, I had to give it. Had to. Would you rather have Charlie Morton or Rich Hill? How about neither? They both should be in retirement homes. Come on, GW. Come on. Would you rather have Charlie Morton or Rich Hill? Is Rich Hill even pitching anymore? I think he is. Rich Hill. No, last year he pitched in 4 games for the Red Sox last year. Actually had a 109 ERA. He's 45. Rich Hill's 45. Charlie Morton's got to be right up there. He's younger, right? Yo, Charlie Morton's 41 years old. And he's making, oh my gosh, Charlie Morton's line today. Oh, final line for the Orioles. Is that 28 seconds ago? How is that possible? No way. 2 1/3, 3 hits, 1 run, 0 earned, 2 strikeouts on 43 pitches. I still don't want him. He's 41 years old. I'll never forget when Charlie Morton was in his prime, though. That guy threw an absolute wicked curveball. As Budo, maybe Budo gives you 3 today. Is that possible? What do you guys think about that? I take 3 from him. But guys, if you're watching this, make sure if you want to help me out and help the channel out, give us a thumbs up. Helps out the channel so much. I know a lot of you guys are from the beginning with us, and I appreciate that so much. Really do. A lot of fun. A lot of these chats. And if you're interested, it's in our previous videos. I just had Ernest Dove on this past week, and he did a really awesome in-depth breakdown of the New York Mets current farm system. Oh, this zombie thing is so stupid. What is this? They're showing on TV as Budo strike 3. Budo, let's go. What's this saying? Yeah, Duran, we were talking about that earlier. I hope so as well, man. Oh, they brought up the kids with the cards. How sick is that? Keith's gonna sign it. Check this out. That's sweet. PSA 9. He signed it to the left too much. All right, Budo, let's not get fancy. Start throwing strikes. He's 3-0 right now. Keith goes, okay, enjoy the game. Like, get the hell out of the booth. You're done. All right, come on, Budo. Yo, is that really Starling Marte's hair? I'm gonna show you guys something. Somebody just sent me this and goes, "Is this real?" Take a peek at this. Is that real? Man, Marte, if that's real, my guy, you got to let that go, bro. Got to let it go. That's hysterical. Oh, that's on the corner blue. Everybody knew it. Let's not get funky here. Let's not get funky here. Let's see what we got going over on Instagram. I think I read the comments wrong. Oh, here we go. Let's see what we got here on Instagram. Top tier defense. Yes. The Mets have been great when it comes to defensive plays. Hopefully, Budo doesn't give us any shenanigans here. What's the status on Rayleigh? He went right to the IL, so that means immediately 7 games. I'm guessing he's taking the 40 spot. Ooh, that was a brutal 0-2. I'm guessing he's taking Minter's 40 spot or Manaya's right now because Manaya was moved to the 60-day IL, which opens up that 40 spot for Brooks Raley to be added. Let's see. 0-2 to Budo to Tuan. Strike 3 on the slider. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Budo is looking great tonight. Not so much the other night, but great tonight. Let's see if there's any updates on these scoreboards here. So the Phillies are now bottom 8 still. Oh, it's a 3-2 game. It was 3-0 Phillies after 3. The Washington scored 1 in the 6th, 1 in the 7th to make it 3-2. Turner today's 3 for 3. Good for him. Yankees are up 13-2. Cubs up 7-0. Brewers are still down 2-1 to the White Sox, excuse me. Boston's up 7-2, top 7. Damn, the Braves put up 2 runs on the Rockies. They're 2-1 that game in the bottom 2nd. That game's probably over. The Rockies are so bad. Imagine that ownership. Like you go there, they have a beautiful ballpark. They can never attract any pitching. What are you going to do? I'm at. Oh, there's Minter. I hope he's all right, man. Wonder what happens with his contract. I think the Mets make a certain amount of money back in insurance payments. I hate to even say that, but I'm pretty sure that would be that's how it works. Oh, fly ball right at Taylor, and that retires the side. So Budo goes through his 2nd inning of work, not allowing a run. We're going into the bottom 7. Who thinks about that? Everybody keeps sending me these zombie things. What's even up with that? Those zombie things. Do you guys like the zombie things? Maybe you do. Maybe I'm in the wrong here. Looking to see if there's anything else of importance. So tomorrow, let's look at this preview. Let's see. There's a couple. Oh, how about Jonah Tong? Jonah Tong's been lighting it up down in the minors as well. Let's see. Series preview setup. Da, da, da. Hate some of that stuff. Yeah, you guys ever go to look at those articles and there's like literally a million. It's almost like a absolute ton of ads. It just I can't stand it. All right, let's see what we have here. Brandon Nimmo has the flu, as we all know. He might be. I'm assuming he'll be out tomorrow as well. So here we have for the Arizona series predictions from SNY. That's funny. Who will be the MVP of the series? The guy writes Juan Soto. It's time, right? With the Mets pitchers, we'll have which Mets pitcher will have the best start? David Peterson. Peterson will need to be on his game against the dangerous lefty Carroll, Josh Naylor, and Pavin Smith. While he shut all of them down. What Diamondbacks players will be a thorn in the Mets side? Corbett Carroll. That is an easy peasy to say that. I'm trying to look at the series matchups. As Soto comes in the box, let's see what he could do. 2-1. Be a great time to launch a home run to right field. Crush one. 2-1. Delivery outside. They're just not going to pitch to him. That's got to be so annoying as a hitter. I have to look at my phone to see who's going to be next. 3-1 to Soto. And they spike a curveball, of course. Total BS, man. I hate that. Darren Peterson showed what you could do if you pitch to contact and keep your defense on their toes. 3 good plays by Alonso, 2 by Lindor, 1 by I agree. And you know what? A lot of the Mets are using that method, I think. Right? I mean, let's be honest. Look at Clay Holmes, right? Hopefully Alonso makes him pay here. It's just fastball right by Alonso, up and in. What a great pitch that was. All right, let's see what we got going on here. I want to look at. I wonder if they have a series preview for tomorrow. No. How expensive are those games going to be? The ones that where Alonso might break the New York Mets record. It's a very solid crowd there for a night game on a Tuesday night. Starting to warm up. Best thing the Mets did, best thing Steve Cohen did was make a bunch of those during the week games and change parking to $20. RBI leaders. Wow, he's so far away from David Wright. Look at David Wright leading the field, man. 0-2 to Alonso, up and in. I'm always forgetting about the folks over at Instagram. Appreciate you guys checking in. Same thing. If you guys are watching whatever platform you're on, give us a like. Helps us out. Thanks so much. We got the 1-2 from Nelson to Alonso, and it's foul back. It's hard to keep the juice for this game. I mean, it feels like the Diamondbacks are just spinning in the mud. Hopefully, I'll take an 8-1 win right now. Go on to tomorrow. I'm assuming they're going to try to get a third inning out of Budo here. I just wish Peterson would have gone one more inning. I guess they're trying to protect him for the long term, maybe. 2-1, foul back again. Alonso's battling. Alonso's been hot for how long now? It's been a minute. It's been an absolute minute. Seventh pitch of the at bat coming to Alonso right now. See if he could do some damage. 2-1, up and out of the zone. And it go. Still 2-2, and he fouls. Hey, Alonso's on, man. Still. Well, you know what? My MLB app just jumped, so I'm guessing Alonso grounded into a double play since it just jumped to live. I was a little tiny bit behind. Now Marte's up 1-1. I hate when it does that. Luis Aparicio. 2-1 to Marte. Fouls it back. See how Dan's doing over at the Nick game. Still a close game. 59-53. Pistons right now. See if the Knicks could close it out. I told Dan I would root for the Knicks only tonight because he's there, but I would never repeat it. I'm sure a lot of people are locked into both series right now. Well, it looks like everyone's going to keep pace. The Mets need to keep winning because the Phillies look like they're going to be winning. The Braves are up 2-1 on the world's worst team right now. Might be the world's worst ever assembled team. As Marte keeps the at-bat alive and fouls it back. All right, so 7:00 game tomorrow. I hate those 1:00 games on Thursdays, but I get it. You got the travel day. We got the late games on Sunday, Monday, Tuesday next week before coming back home. Quick road trip. Like to see the Mets keep winning. Marte gets on with a walk. Let me know if you guys are planning on going to any games, and let me know what games they are because I'm very excited to go to a bunch of games. My daughter, I'll be taking to her first game ever very shortly. My wife's like, it's got to be warm out, which I understand that. But I'm excited for that, man. Very excited. My daughter's always in the background yelling, "Let's go Mets." My in-laws are furious that I'm raising her to be a Met fan, but it is what it is. It's what her father is, right? I bet you a lot of you people out there are like, damn, my child grew up a fan of the opposite team, which would really stink. As Vientos grounds it out to short, easy flip to second, gets a force on Marte. And we are on to the 8th. 6 outs, call it a day, get in the hotel, go to sleep. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. So let's go get a quick scoreboard update as we are in between. Always love the scoreboard updates, right? So here we are here. Get a quick refresh. Yankees keep piling it on 14-2. Washington's giving it up to the Phillies. It looks like they're going to go down. They're in the bottom 8th right now. The Phillies scored 2 runs. Well, that's the end of the 8th. Washington's down 3 with 3 outs to go. So Phillies are going to keep pace with us tonight. They're going to be going to 16-13. The Cubbies are destroying the lonely Pirates, who stink again. 11-18. On to another bad season for them. The Tigers, end of 4th, are still up on the Astros. The Brewers are 2-2 with the White Sox. The White Sox are battling. We're a White Sox fan today in that series, as the Brewers might be one of those wild card contenders who we could be battling late in the year. Obviously, you have us. Boston shellacking the Jays. They're going to go to 3 games under 500 as they're in the top 8th. The Athletics are getting swatted early by the Rangers 3-0. The Athletics, surprisingly, they're a game over 500, so good for them. bottom three right now, you have the Rockies losing 2-1 to the Braves. That'd be great if the Rockies were able to pick that up, which, let's all be honest, there's zero faith there. Nothing else of note as of right now. You have the Marlins starting at 10:10, and you have a 9:40 start for the Giants. We'll go to our fresh MLB standings. I like to go to the MLB page to get them. Here we go. You got the Yankees up a game and a half. They're going to keep pace. Boston's going to keep pace. That division, everybody thought, oh, the American League East is going to be so good. Look at this, under 500, under 500. They're about to be under 500, and the Red Sox and the Yankees are only over. You have the American League Central, who's been absolute hot dog. You know what? They are awful. What an awful division that is. You have the White Sox there. The Angels continue to stink out west. Another brutal division out there. Obviously, you have us. You have winning, losing. So it looks like Washington's going to go to 8 out, and the Marlins, we'll see. They're playing the Dodgers tonight, but I know they're not really favored there. The Chicago Cubs look like they're going to be going to get their 18th win of the season. They're going to be 18-12, creeping up on that 20 mark. And obviously, the Dodgers face off with the Marlins. But here we go. Here's the games that I'm really interested to watch, because these two teams will be battling for a wild card with the Dodgers all year long. So they'll be beating up on each other. They have a series they're going to be doing right now. So that's kind of like where we're at right now. The Mets will get their 21st win of the season tonight, hopefully, as long as they could close it out. Oh, Her gets in. Okay. And that's where we're at. Steven, see, look, I always knew you were a man of honor, just like myself. I know Santa Claus. Santa Claus is a Mets fan. That's how it goes in my house. As SNY's feed is all screwed up right now. That's fantastic. Come on, SNY, fix your feed. Unless that's the MLB app. Let me back out and go back in. Nope, it's their app. It really sucks in an 8-1 game. You're going to use multiple relievers. Who do we got going tomorrow? Do we know? What are Mets probables for tomorrow? Oh, is it Sanga? No, it can't be. A Zokar, back-to-back catches down the left. Oh, wait, no, I'm behind. I got to pick myself back up. Fly ball. Zokar. Let's see. The folks over at Mets Marides always have it. Let's see. Oh, okay, so we are seeing Corbin Burns tomorrow, to be determined by the Mets. I'm sure that they already have theirs, but Corbin Burns will be tomorrow. The ace, who's got a 4.05 ERA, and then Zach Gallen, 1-4 on the year with a 5.57 ERA, going Thursday during the day against Senga and his 1.26 ERA. So these pitching matchups should be in the New York Mets' favor. I mean, only time will tell. As another pop fly, back to defense, leaps, and he misses it. Taylor. The MLB app's all over the place right now, unfortunately. That really stinks. So it's cutting in and out the game. Zokar leaps right there. What happens here? Let's see. Just missed it. Pulled the big old whiffer. Oh, he knows he whiffed it. The tongue is out. Come on, Hergy. Let's get through this. He almost looks like R.A. Dickey when he's pitching the ball. He almost comes from that weird angle right from the ear. It almost looks like it should be a knuckleball, right? That's funny. It looks like it should be a knuckleball there. Let's see. Of course, the MLB. Let me know if you guys are having issues with the MLB app. What a disaster it is right now. It's like grainy, kind of all over the place. I didn't know that. Keith was saying the Diamondbacks are the team that's first in walks and they're swinging at everything. My wife's trying to convince me to go to see Keith Urban. Out at Jones Beach. Should be a good time, right? Wonder if Nimmo's going to be back tomorrow. Wonder if the Mets will go to defensive replacements as well. Full count for Herge. 3-2 delivery. Ground ball sharp. Picked off by Vientos on the run. Flip and Alonso can't pick it and a run will score. Vientos did not need to rush that throw or flip it like that. Come on. Yeah, let's see what Keith has to say here. Damn, yeah, it's going to be an E5. Yeah, that's what Gary's saying right now. He could have waited a second and then tried to make the play, but he kind of rushed it there, unfortunately. And the inning goes on now. It's a 6-run game. Suarez flies one to the warning track, but it's a can of corn. As we move on to the bottom of the 8th. Looking for updates. We only need 3 more outs. See what Frank is saying. Frank was melting down the other day, as we all know. Talking about Cheers on TV. Looks like he's in a good mood. Okay, so we got a 70-61 game in the third quarter. Detroit is up right now. You know the Knicks do not want to go 6 there. Oh, Brandon Wallen is starting tomorrow. It could be a long game. Oh, yeah, you're right. I forgot about that. Oh, you're right. Gonna abuse the hell out of this bullpen again, man. I don't understand it. I think I don't like the heavy use of the bullpen so early on in the season. And I understand it's early, so you don't want to push your starters a ton, but I think eventually it's going to start to cost us. That's where we're kind of at. I don't want it to cost us. All right, we get to see Luis Angel Acuna 2 for 3. Maybe he gets his first home run this year as a New York Met. Flies one to right field. So he'll end the day 2 for 4 today. Take that every game, right? Oh, I just want to let you guys know we do have a New York Mets exclusive chat over on X. So if you're interested in joining that chat, make sure to direct message me over on X or comment on one of my posts. And if I'm able to see it over there, I'll be sure to add you guys. I know a lot of you guys are loyal followers, so it's pretty cool. We have like 125 people, I want to say, in that chat. A lot of stuff going on over there, a lot of good stuff. Randy writes, "What's wrong with Juan Soto not running?" He took a weird dive earlier at that ball. It kind of landed on his shoulder, so hopefully he's okay. Hope he doesn't need a day off tomorrow because of it. I will say that. So let me know what you guys think. Here is the salute to service hat this year for the New York Mets. I actually kind of love it. I love the military hats, all my stuff that I usually buy. It's all the salute to service stuff, whether it's Jet stuff, Met stuff. I love the camo look this year, the light tan camo. Had it at the MLB store. And if you paid for SNY through the app this year and you had that issue, check your emails because MLB app sent you a $10 gift card to the store. So this hat's typically $40. You get it for $30 through the store, but you have to pay shipping on top of that, which kind of sucks. Yeah, I agree with you, Duran. I could see that if the Mets ever get Nunez back, it could be another. He's been getting, from what I believe I've been seeing, I don't think he's been doing too well in the minors. Let's see if I could pull this up. His ERA is 4 this year. So far, 9 innings pitched, 12 strikeouts. So his strikeouts are there. So he still has a little bit of work to do. That's how I look at that. That's how I look at that. But I agree. He's a guy. Maybe if the bullpen continues to hold, you hold on to him down there, and then eventually you add him maybe during the All-Star break, almost like a trade deadline acquisition. Maybe he's a guy, if Brooks Raley doesn't work out, you bring up. I mean, he's got options, so that's one good thing for the Mets. But we had high expectations for him coming into the year. As Tyron Taylor steps in 2 for 3, a double single run, 2 RBIs today. His batting average feels like it should be higher than 197, but he had an awful start to the season, but he's finally starting to come around. But yeah, Nunez is a guy who I thought was going to be a lock to be the 8th inning guy this year outside of injury. So let's see what ends up happening with him. Hopefully things come around for him as they pan to Soto in the dugout. Wonder what he's saying. Hmm. But that's going to be for him in today's game because unless a couple guys get on, you're not going to see him. Yep, we got gonna have to put up some runs tomorrow. Ain't gonna be easy. Corbin Burns tomorrow, Cy Young Award winner. It ain't gonna be easy. And the 2-2 to Taylor. Skies went down the right field line. First baseman's over, reaches, and it's in play and drops. He missed it, and hopefully he didn't hurt himself. Yeah, let's see. Smith lunges. He kind of moved the screen for it to be in play. A few years ago, that's an out. Let's redo this 2-2 to Taylor. Strike 3. Yeah, Nelson, 4 innings. What I wonder what you guys think. I mean, it's not a too much of a big thing to me, but when I look at like the Mets, it always seems like they score a bunch of runs in 1 or 2 innings and they don't score the rest of the game. Hmm. Let's see what Duran's checking in again. Nimmo and McNeil get the night off, and Taylor and contribute in their place. Yup, 100%. Nimmo's probably off because of the lefty. Well, yeah, because of the lefty. I assume that's what it's got to be, right? For being honest. Let's give one last check of these scores. Locked in on these games over here. Oh my gosh, Washington! Washington scored 4 runs in the top of the ninth to take the lead against Philadelphia. The New York Mets may have an opportunity to gain a gain on the Phillies. What the hell happened over there? That's why you never give up. Never give up on Washington. What the heck's going on over there? Let's take a peek at this summary. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Zach Wheeler escapes bases, and Zach Wheeler's pitching. Who would have thought, huh? James Wood, RBI double. Nathaniel Lowe homer 6 on a fly ball to right field. James Wood scores. Ahmed Rosario scores. Wow. All in the top of the ninth. Let's go, Nationals. Hopefully, they could close this out and the New York Mets could gain another game in the standings. Yes, score a bunch and make. Oh, shout out to you, San. Appreciate you checking in. Whether it's on X or on YouTube, yes, score a bunch of runs, make the opposing bullpen look like Mariano R drives me crazy. At least yesterday they kept adding on. Yeah, I agree. I wonder if it loses that juice after you score like that. Holy cow, what's going on over there? So hopefully they could close that out. Boston's crushing the Blue Jays. My gosh. The Brewers regain the lead, 4 in the top 6 against the White Sox. They're going to cruise on to that victory. Cubs are up 8-0. A lot of blowouts today. The Braves, like I said, now they're up 5-1. That game's going to be over against the Rockies. So they'll gain a game on Philly and stay even with us if Washington's able to hold this lead against Philly. Wow. Oh, yeah, they're doing the scoreboard right now. I'm trying to see if there's a way you could. All right, one dead. All right, so the Phillies got the first guy on in the ninth. Scott's up against Finnegan. Freaking Braves coming on strong. Can't count them out. Those Braves. Francisco Lindor off balance throws it away. The Mets are losing focus here. Jeez. Those Braves Mets games will be exciting with the Cunhas. Yeah, you're right. Oh yeah, what was that? Lindor kind of lost his balance there. That's a base hit. That's hysterical. Shout out to everybody who's joined over on Instagram. Appreciate you guys. If you want to get your comments read, head on over to YouTube. We'll be reading your comments if you want to get involved. I see a few people commenting over there. For some reason, StreamYard, when you're streaming to all these different platforms, it just freezes up on Instagram. I don't understand why it does that, but it does do that. We have a Mets minor league report for you guys while we're live. Here is a base hit to center field. Here we go. I don't want to have to get the rest of the bullpen involved here. Big night from Mets former first round pick in 2024, Carson Beige in high A Brooklyn, 4 for 5, 2 runs scored, 2 doubles. Currently hitting .292 with an .818 OPS in his first professional season. Great to see that. Hopefully that's another hit for the New York Mets. Former guy who used to pitch and hit like Nolan McLean. McLean took the pitching way, and the Mets had Beige take the hitting way. Another guy we could be very excited for. Marco Vargas, the 19-year-old we acquired years ago. I believe it was for David Peterson. Has been absolutely tearing the cover off for the Brooklyn Cyclones at just 19 years old. Marco Vargas got promoted to high A ball, and in his first game, his first at bat today, walk-off single. Great to see. Yeah, I like Baines too. Yep. Like Carson, already in the top 10. One guy I'm very excited for, Ilian Pena. As a changeup gets bounced, and the Mets are losing their focus defensively, and I do not like it at all. Alvarez doesn't go on his knees to block the ball, tries to backhand it, and it bounces away. How's it going, Ethan? Hope all is well. Let's go, Mets. Absolutely. Time to close this off. Here we go. 3-2. Let's not make this fishy where a home run with bases loaded makes it a 2-run game. Let's not do this. Time to go out. Yep. Alvarez is going to settle him down, hopefully. Don't want to have to bring in the big guns when you had an 8-1 lead. Oh, okay. So the Phillies have first and third, 1 out, and Rojas is up. Oh boy. It's not looking good. 3-2. Ground ball to the right side. A run will score, but Acuna throws out the batter. 8-3, but Arizona's down to their final out. The Knicks, 1-point game, 77-76. First pitch is inside. He's hitting 206 as a left-hand batter. Come on. Foul ball, 1-1. The feed is all messed up right now. Let me know if the SNY feed, if you guys are watching on the MLB app, let me know if it's all messed up. It's all over the place. Maybe it's just me and my feed. Like, what is going on over here? 2-1. Swing and a miss. 91 right by him. 2-2. And Arizona may be down to their final out. Dan is at the Knicks game, Michael. He abandoned me today. Absolutely unacceptable. I'm firing him from Jetcast. Or Metcast, excuse me. 2-2. Strike 3. And that is the ball game. Maybe it's just my feed. I don't know. That's a little wild to me. But shout out to you guys for hanging out during the win. The New York Mets get a great win against Arizona. I want to see what happens with this Phillies game here. Let's see. Phillies have second and third. 1 out that counts 2-2. Oh, man. This Phillies game could mean an absolute lot. That's right. Let's go, Mets fans. Put it in the books, Ethan. Absolutely. Michael, let's go, Mets. As the Mets get their 21st win of the season, I'm locked into this Phillies game right now because the New York Mets have the opportunity to gain another game on Philly as the Braves are spanking the crap out of. Philly ties it up with 2 outs, of course. Washington can never hold a win. They blow the game there. Dang it. That really sucks. Steven, shout out to you, brother. You don't have to do that. I appreciate it so much. Amen. Mets win. Hopefully, Washington can somehow turn this around, take down Philly, get us another win in the win column because we all know the Braves are coming. We have a really, really tough, difficult road tomorrow. I will say that again. Corbin Burns, regardless of that 4.4 or a 4.04 ERA he's pitching to right now, we all know what a pest he could be. A ground ball, sinker ball pitcher. What I'm hoping for tomorrow is that Juan Soto finally gets it going for our New York Mets. He's clearly in his head. We all know the talent is there when it comes to Juan Soto, but he's got to finally get out of his head. He got the walk today. Alonso did what he had to do, but teams aren't pitching to him. But I have a feeling very shortly we're going to start seeing teams pitching to Juan Soto because Pete Alonso, if he stays this hot throughout the season, they're going to have no choice. It's going to be you have to pitch to Juan Soto. Now, let's be honest. He is getting pitches here or there to hit, and he's been fouling them back or swinging right through them. The 2-strike approach we're seeing. I want to see Juan Soto get on the board. Hopefully he hits a home run. Hit a home run in the first for crying out loud tomorrow. I would love to see it. But Steven, brother, appreciate you so much, bro, with the dono. But that's all I got for you guys today. If you're enjoying this content, be sure to give it a like. Maybe subscribe. I will be live tomorrow night again for the game. I'm not totally sure what time I'll come on. Usually we do the Flushing finale, the final 4 or 5 innings, depending on, but we do have a JetCast show that will be going live over on X. So my guys over there will be running that show, but I'll be here with you guys probably between the 7th, 8th, and 9th inning. Hopefully Dan will be with me. If the Knicks close it out, I'm sure that he will be. But that's all I got for you guys tonight. Appreciate you sticking around. As always, let's go Mets. And Washington, please, please finish off the Philadelphia Phillies. Until next time, peace, everybody.